Live.
Hi.
Everybody. Tonight, we're going to bring to you what we did last week. We went and toured some properties for the Power Conference to Advance Women. We're going to talk about what's going on with the Power Conference to Advance Women. And look, we've got new shirts.
We are so excited about this.
The Power Conference to Advance Women.
Can I do that too?
Yeah. Yours is
okay. Yeah. And they say Rockstar on the back. Ha ha. Are we so cool?
So anyway, we've been working nonstop on this last week.
We went to Boston.
We went to Boston. It was great. We drove. We did 6 nights, 4 different hotels.
Yeah.
It was a crazy.
Not for the weary.
It was crazy. I will say, I don't want to do that again. I love to travel.
I promise you, we won't.
I love to travel.
I do too, but it was a little rough when it's like, oh, we have to check out in a few minutes. Oh, we have to pack everything up again. Oh, we're going to another place. Oh, we have to find parking. Oh, we have to.
Yeah. So one of the things you check out of a hotel at like 11 a.m. and then you can't get into your next room until like 3 p.m. And we were only going like 2 miles on each one of these hotels, not even that. Yeah. So there's a little bit of lag time, and you got to pack everything up and unpack everything.
You're like, well, where are we going to put all of our stuff? And then how are we going to? It was not meant to be a total pleasure trip. It was absolutely a work trip.
We also had meetings 4 of the 6 days.
Right.
In the morning. Well, one was an all-day meeting, but so we had to get like dressed in business clothes and then like unpack, get packed up, dressed, packed up, roll. But let's talk about.
It was fun though.
The first hotel we stayed at was the Encore.
The Encore Boston Harbor Hotel, which is in Everett, Massachusetts, which is right outside of Boston.
Amazing hotels.
Beautiful.
Amazing hotel.
It's a casino.
Amazing non-smoking casino.
Incredible restaurants. They have this cool, do you mind if I tell them about this? They have this cool water taxi that you can take from their location to like the Marriott Long Wharf area, which is more like in the downtown Boston area. And it was cool. Like you just
is that your favorite part?
I really did enjoy.
That was my favorite part too.
I like going into Boston because I used to live there. So for us, it was like, okay. But it was also really nice to come back and stay in an incredibly comfortable room with a beautiful view and excellent restaurants. Like we had a blast. We had a great time.
They have a Chinese restaurant there called Red 8 that the food was just. I'll go out and let me say the best Chinese food I've ever had.
I'm not usually a huge fan of food that I'm not used to eating all the time, and we don't eat Chinese food all the time. But this was so good. I think we were a little sad. I think I was upset that we found it on the last night that we were there. Otherwise, we probably would have been there every night.
Probably.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. We find like a restaurant we really like and we keep going.
So
we should be like trying other things.
We toured the property.
It's very large.
Hotel room wise,
one of the best.
One of the best we ever stayed in. Just an incredible hotel. But a little remote. Downside is you can't do anything without like getting alternative transportation from the property.
If you're going to stay there, I highly recommend doing so on a Thursday through Sunday so that you can take advantage of the water taxi to take you in and out.
At a half-hour ride, very nice. And we say water
really
taxi. They weren't really water taxis.
Right. It was a yacht.
They're custom yachts that were built just for
it's like
Encore that hold like 30 people. They're very, very nice to cruise across the harbor, get out there on the harbor, especially when it's 100+ degrees out there.
That's what we do.
We moved over to the
Boston Park Plaza Hotel, the storied Boston Park Plaza, which is in the heart of right where the Back Bay meets Chinatown meets
Beacon Hill. Was that?
Kind of, but yeah, I mean
the park.
Yeah.
What do they call that park?
Well, there's the
the big park.
The Boston Common, which is like the large one, and then right across from that is the public garden. So, like from a location standpoint, you're like perfect. Everything's in arm's reach. Great old hotel. Has gone through if you've ever stayed there before, it has gone through an amazing renovation. We hung out in the lobby bar.
If you want to go old school Boston, it's probably one of the best centrally located hotels in Boston.
Fantastic clam chowder.
Oh my gosh.
I like to think I'm a bit of a connoisseur.
Boston, most cities are doing food incredibly well, but either the hotels we stayed at had great food.
It was really good though.
They did a refurbish of the rooms in 2016. They have a Topgolf in the bottom in their club.
In their health club.
In their health club, they have a Topgolf with
really
3
cool.
bays there. That was pretty cool. I got to swing club a little bit, which I haven't done in a
while.
Yeah, the first thing you saw me do.
The whole time I've known you, barely, other than like mini putt-putt.
Then we left there.
And then we went to
the Omni Seaport.
Wow.
A new property opened in September of 2021.
So it hasn't even been open for an entire year yet, which was really great because, of course, everything was brand new.
And the Seaport is just exploding in Boston.
Huge area, which did not exist when I lived there, really. But they have the convention center. There's a Westin. There are a whole bunch of residential.
I just kept thinking.
What'd you keep thinking?
It was really warm when we were there.
It was.
I'm thinking about how crappy it must be when it's cold there. Because Boston gets cold.
I lived there for 11 years.
I would not deal well with this.
I can tell you, well, the issue isn't so much that it gets cold. The issue is when it's still cold in May. And you're like, are we done with winter? And you're not. And it's.
That happened in Germany. It was still cold in Germany.
But only the first day, which thank God. Otherwise, I would have had to buy like sweaters.
So and we had a big meeting with Smart Meetings.
It was incredible.
Kudos to Smart Meetings. Ooh.
And
then we went to Fenway Park, courtesy of Puerto Rico.
Discover Puerto Rico. Thank you so much.
And it was Puerto Rico Day in Boston.
It was Puerto Rico Day in Boston. It could not have been better, but I hadn't been to Fenway Park since about 20 years.
I ate pretty healthy. I had to get a hot dog, go to the park.
It was really good. It was an excellent hot dog. And Gus had never been to Fenway Park. And I have to say, if you've never been and you love baseball.
You don't know me. I'm not a huge sports fan. I did a lot of stadium stuff when I was in my 20s. We had season tickets and everything. And then I started focusing on my businesses. I totally can appreciate the history of the Fenway Park. It was so cool.
In the Church of Baseball.
Church of Baseball.
Fenway Park is no.
It's like a party every night though. It's like a low key party. It's not
and
like,
you know what was awesome too was we had a beautiful sunset. The sky was gorgeous. The air was gorgeous. It was like a beautiful, cool summer Boston.
We had a limo bus over.
Yeah, hey, we really did do well.
Party.
We've really had a great
Thank you, Puerto Rico. That was fun.
Thank you, Discover Puerto Rico.
Discover Puerto Rico hooked us up.
We will be there for a visit soon.
We had an all-day meeting the next day. Again, all-day meeting. And then, after that meeting...
Then where do we go?
When we rolled off to Mohegan Sun. In
Uncasville, Connecticut. This place is huge. It's huge. What would you describe it as?
Huge.
Okay. It had
40, I think it had 47 sit-down restaurants under one roof. They have two casinos. They have a theater. I mean, it's a home of the women's basketball team for Connecticut. I forget the name.
I do too. I'm sorry.
I'm bad with that. Anyway, we were there. We got to our room and checked, and then went down to eat the restaurants. You need a map to get around. It's like Disney.
It's so big.
It's like Disney. It's ridiculously huge.
It doesn't feel overwhelmingly ginormous. Like, it's big, but it didn't feel cold. You know how sometimes when you're in Vegas, everything's grand and you feel like you're this big in a grand place. I felt like the Mohegan Sun was more intimate. Like, it wasn't as ginormous.
Definitely.
Huge, but not ginormous.
Nestled in the foothills of...
it was beautiful.
In Connecticut, there in the mountains, beautiful surroundings, beautiful
big win.
place.
They got everything. So we're probably you can write this down now. We're probably going to host the power conference
in the next 18 months. We will host the power conference
at Mohegan Sun because it was it's an easy drive. It's not too far from Bradley Airport.
Easy from
you've got New York, Massachusetts, New England. It's
a 3-hour drive.
It had the pool. It had the pools. It had pools. It had spas. It had all those restaurants. Plenty of shopping, and it was just a really cool experience. So we look forward to having our event there.
We left there, and
we have to put this part in.
We did a bucket list item. I realized the birthplace of hamburgers was in New Haven, Connecticut. It's been on the Food Network. It was started in 1885, 1895.
What's it called? Louies Lunch?
Louies Luncheonette. Louies Lunch.
Louies Lunch.
Louies Lunch.
So we went to Louies Lunch.
Hold on.
Okay.
So I woke up in the morning. And I'm like, all right. I actually didn't even know this. I woke up and I'm like, if this place is within 35 miles out of our direction, we're going there. Turns out it was 2 miles off the beaten path of how we had to get out. It was literally, it's right near Yale's campus. Phenomenal experience, bucket list item if you're a foodie to see the birthplace of the hamburger. They cook the hamburgers in these broilers that stand up, and they serve the hamburgers on toast, like white toast.
Like white toast.
It's crazy.
No ketchup.
They'll throw you out if you ask for ketchup. It comes on white toast with a cheese spread, a slice of tomato, and if you want, a slice of onion. We did not get the onion.
We didn't vote for onion.
But it was phenomenal.
It was a burger in a way that you are so not used to having it, and it was delightful. It was delightful, especially considering this place opened in 1895. It's enough. Which is crazy.
It's delightful enough that
we're going back. You already planning the trip.
100%.
Okay. You want to bring people with it? We're going to have
you can't bring too many people with it. The place is
small.
About 600 square feet.
Yeah, I was actually surprised they had seating. I thought it was going to be like, oh, we're just going to grab it and then.
Do we want to talk about the conference? Do we want these good folks go? We've been going on for
No, we have. All right. So that was our Boston trip. Tell you what, here, we'll just set this up as a teaser. We have almost a completely full slate of speakers and topics for the Power Conference to Advance Women. We also have added 2 sponsors who are joining us, and we're so excited.
Party host helpers.
Woo!
Renee Patron Reinhardt and
1898 and Company, and that's Dana Houston Jackson, and both of them are also speaking at the conference.
They're going to tell their presentations at the conference.
Advanced.
I am so excited. I'm so excited about what they're talking about.
I am too. Well, we should tell them.
No, we shouldn't.
Oh, okay. We'll tell them.
Go to the website.
We'll tell you some other time. Go to theadvancedconference.com and check out what's on there. We look forward to catching up with you, probably wearing these again soon.
See you. Bye.
Mwah.